two, one.
Good evening, gamers, and welcome to the show Life a Game, where we just talk about anything gaming related. It doesn't matter if it's the games we're playing, the games that we suggest, recommend to each other, the news, the technology, or anything that's adapted into a game or from a game. And yeah, welcome. I'm your guest, Hoults, and it's a pleasure to be here to see all you great gamers either in chat or if you're watching this on playback. It's nice seeing you. What could I say? How to start it off? How has everyone been in this gaming space? Today is the day. Tekken 8 is out. It actually drops right now. No matter where you are around the world, at this moment, Tekken 8 is dropping. But of course, why would you want to play that game and rush out now when you can sit here and talk to me and we'll just have a chill stream about everything that we like in our hobby in this gaming space? I'm very happy to play the game, but I can wait. I can wait for a few hours to let all the hype die down with other content creators and stuff like that. But what I've been doing before the show, I've seen some people were saying hi, and I was just sitting there with music going, God, I could have went half an hour earlier, but I guess keeping that time slot is key to being a good streamer. So yeah, as I said, what has everyone been doing? I've actually had people in chat. We know Rock dropped in earlier, and Al Davis, he dropped in before the stream. So I was just saying, yeah, I'm just chilling. We have once again, Rock has came back, so it's great to see him. He's probably all snuggled in bed. You know, this is one of his favorite streams. We have Rouster. Good evening, all. Good to see you, mate. I guess the same drill. You are going to be driving home, but it's great that you're in the background. So I'm just going to start off what I've been doing this week. This week I've been actually playing The Last of Us Part 2. And I was really hyped for it to do a sort of compare what I remember from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5. But we mentioned this in chat last week that it said that Digital Foundry said the grass is greener. So when I played the game, you definitely are right. I think there is a little bit of fidelity tweaks to an already beautiful game from the PlayStation 4 that was highly optimized, but this game doesn't look to me like a brand new game. It's got a little more tarnish of paint on it, which once again, it's still good. I still really enjoyed it, but to me, it hasn't blown my mind. I wish it actually came on PC so I can actually see more advancements in the game. What was another game that I was playing? Because I was really enjoying The Last of Us, I also just wanted to chill this week. So I was playing Forza Motorsport because I didn't want to get too burnt out while I actually was waiting for Yakuza Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Tekken 8. So I just thought, let's just play games that I feel comfortable about. But of course, I actually couldn't stop myself buying some new games as well because I was in people's chat and I seen people play some brand new games that just been dropped. So Kaida Kenichi was playing a game called The Cub. I was watching it and I was like, oh my God, this game reminds me of Limbo, that game from years ago. And it's set in a post-apocalyptic world. And you're a little cub that you found a Martian's helmet because all the Earthlings have destroyed Earth and they're living on Mars now, but then they destroyed Mars and now they're coming back to try and claim what they knew of their home world. But like this little cub is in like a dark aesthetic of the world where fauna and flora have sort of mutated and the rivers have turned different colors and Earth has just went hostile towards humans or Martians now. So this game looks really, really amazing. So it's like a dark story about the survival of this little cub and how it goes into the wilderness. And I just thought to myself, aesthetically, this game looks absolutely brilliant. The platformer looks amazing, and then the music that was set. There's a brilliant DJ that is actually broadcasting music from Mars and giving what happened to the survivors. And to me, I just instantly fell in love with it, and I thought to myself, yeah, I'm definitely going to buy that game. So I bought that, and also I bought the sort of prequel story to it, which is what was set in the Earth. It was called Golf Wastelands or something. I can't remember, but I picked that up in a bundle. It was very cheap. It'll come to me in a minute. So I've just been relaxing playing them games instead of actually playing Prince of Persia. And I know a few people have in chat have actually been playing Prince of Persia. And I'm going to ask you is what you actually think about it. Did you actually live up to the hype? So to me, what else? What else? There was another game I was playing as well because this week I've actually been encouraging my niece and nephew to play more games from a wider range. So I just decided to go stupid and actually buy some games on Steam. So I think I played Spiritfarer as well. So it was a very relaxing week this week while I was waiting for new games. And also, I jumped into anime movies. So I was actually watching Susume on Crunchyroll, which was very relaxing, getting my younger family members to sort of love the art style of anime. And also, I picked up, it is called Belle, which is a virtual reality Beauty and the Beast sort of story. And I know I've got it on Japanese, but I'm getting fed up with sort of reading subtitles. So I actually bought it cheap in the English. So I've just been relaxing, but then also consuming what other people have been playing. So let me just go to chat and say hello to everyone. So Rousters said, let's put it on chat. I've been playing Prince of Persia last weekend, really enjoyed it. Pal World and Enshrouded are super popular. Yeah, there were two games that I was actually going to focus on because Caseball, that you usually see here on a weekly basis, he said, Hoults, you definitely need to play Enshrouded. It's just so addicting. And I was like, I've not really heard of it because it's an early access game. And last week I said I don't play early access games, but he said, no, listen here, you have to play it. It's addicting. And when I actually seen the review scores of it, it's got like an 8 and 9, depending on what sort of news outlet you go to. So I thought to myself, oh my God, I have to, a survival RPG. I said, oh, that's going to sort of get me addicted. So it's good to see that Rouster's playing that. And then, of course, you got Pal World, Pokemon with guns, everyone's been saying. And this game's came out of nowhere, hasn't it? Which I'm really happy for the developers. 8 million sales it's made on Steam. That's a lot of players. And I was really happy to see some of my favorite content creators actually play this game and give their take on it. So to me, I really want to play it, but I don't want to play early access games. So I put my foot down and say when it's padded out a little bit more, without no glitches or errors and stuff like that, and there's a bit more development going into it, I will definitely play this game because I love Pokemon. I love Pokemon. Sanchez says, "Yo, Holtz, good to see you, Sanchez. Have you been playing Prince of Persia and sort of Pal World?" There was a game while I was actually looking at Prince of Persia, there's a game coming out, if anyone's seen the trailer. It's by EA, it's called Tales of Kenseria, and that's sort of giving me this Prince of Persia style, 2D-esque, but sort of with parry systems and stuff like that. That's reminding me of that. So when I actually get down to finishing Prince of Persia, I'll be definitely looking for that game in the future as well. Hi, Reva. And Caseball says, evening Colts. Yeah, so I was just saying about Caseball, you actually was talking about Enshrouded and how it's addicting. And Rouster said he's playing it. So that's 2 years now. That's recommended. So I definitely have to sort of throw away this idea of not playing early access and definitely play it because I feel left out. I really do feel left out. Rouster's actually said, have you seen Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix? No, I haven't because in 2024 I decided to cut some of my subscriptions down until I want to binge watch something. And because I've got too many games, I thought to myself, it's important to get rid of something that's just building up. But I know in the end of 2023 you recommended it, so I've actually got it on my watch list. And I know a lot of people have actually thanked each other for recommending Blue Eye Samurai. So I definitely need to actually get into it. So yeah, and then I actually seen Enshrouded being announced for GeForce Now. So that's going to be a little thing. That's going to be perfect for me, not to sort of have it on my local devices and just sort of hit to the cloud and relax and take all the power that way and just play it. So yeah, thanks for recommending it, guys. And yeah, the reviews are good. And speaking about reviews, I know I was actually mentioning this at the end of the year 2023, but Stargate Timekeepers came out, and that got a really good review. I think that got an 8 by IGN. and that got announced as well in GeForce Now news this Thursday. So I thought to myself, "Oh my god, all these games are coming out of nowhere," and I was just focused on the idea of Tekken 8 and Like a Dragon. But it's all good. It's all good. I'll actually get round to it. Rouse has said, "That's fair. I cut out a few subscriptions recently." I think what it was, Roster, is because I actually had all of them, like Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, and all the subscriptions. I thought I was doing great with how I was consuming media, and then I realized there was just too much that I couldn't watch. So I was just wasting money just having access to it. So I thought to myself, this year, just try and bring it down. Don't overbuy on subscriptions, and then try and only buy the games that you feel like you're actually going to complete, or and then wait for the rest to go on sale. Because I think we talked about this once again on in 2023. I think that was an approach that I actually made to be more like people in chat and then just wait on sales. Oh, so you haven't? So Raz to say he hasn't played Power World or Enshrouded, but watched. Yeah, so I know Case Bowl. He says he's actually played Enshrouded, and I've actually seen a lot of people play Pal World, and I know I'm gonna like it. I really do back when I seen the gameplay, but it wasn't on my sort of my list to actually run out and actually buy. But I'm that type of person that if I watch a content creator with, like, say, for example, Kaida Kenichi or Purple Haze and stuff like that, and they are playing a game that I fell in love with by watching them stream, I instantly run out and try and get a cheap CD keys. So I definitely recommend you checking out the Cub if you like that sort of dark fantasy 2D platformer game. It was really cheap. It only came out like a week ago, and it was like a 33% sale. It was so I think I got it for like $7, and it's just brought me so joy actually going to these games instead of going to like high fidelity games. So Sanchez Rouse says, "I will on the weekend." Sanchez says, I'm actually trying to get round to actually start practicing to put your comments on the screen so I can actually engage more. But it's dragging the mouse. Usually I just glance up and actually talk. But Yakuza Infinite Wealth comes out tomorrow, and I'm going to hop on. Yeah, since it's on Game Pass. Oh, don't tell me Infinite Wealth dropped on Game Pass. Did it drop on Game Pass? I didn't even hear the news. I actually pre-ordered it on the PlayStation 5 because I had some extra cash saved away. I'm going to be very upset if that dropped on Game Pass. I know other Yakuza games like sort of Ninja Gaiden, and what was the one? Ishin. I know they dropped, but I didn't know the idea of Infinite Wealth was going to drop. So I'm really, really upset. But I'm really happy for you guys if you're going to jump on it for Game Pass. Rouster says, I cut out Amazon Luna, hardly used it. I'm the same. I was trying to keep Amazon Prime because I knew I was going to have delivery dates and stuff like that using Amazon. But the delivery times were coming from like 1 to 3 days. So at that rate, I was like, "Do you know what? I might as well just have a free subscription, and yeah, just get the free day shipping, 3 to 5." That's my approach. But we're only in January. I might change my mind and jump back in to watch all these great shows that you are recommending, Blue Eye Samurai and stuff like that. So at the moment, yeah, I'll still see how I go. Rouse, yeah, catch you later. So I was really interested to see these games come to GFN and seeing all these games just boom up this week. Sanchez, I need to cancel Luna. I thought they merged it with Luna Prime. So everyone's in the mindset, aren't we, in 2024? We're actually bringing our costs down. It's not that we can't afford it. I just think we're just sick and tired of actually wasting stupid cash in the background on services we're not using, or because I think we all ran out, didn't we, and jumped on board all these, I think they're great services, definitely worth the money. But I feel like you have to binge watch a lot of shows to justify it. To justify it. And while we're actually speaking about streaming services, Luna, GFN, xCloud, stuff like that, did you hear that Apple has now decided to let you download the native applications for these streaming services through their iOS store instead of just using weblets and stuff like that? I think to me it's a great move. Better late than never. I know there's been a bit of controversy saying why are they doing it now, but to me I'm like, why not? Why not? I have actually had fun accessing it through the web browsers. I've had no problem. But just having that native app through the store just makes it more streamlined for me. And I'm probably sure that a lot of people will really be happy just to go into their iOS store and actually buy it. I don't know how you feel with that, but to me, I've got a iPad Pro and I've got a Pro Max 15. So I feel like just having a nice little icon. I know I could have saved the web page and then add a little icon, but I feel like having it natively just makes it all more clearer in the ecosystem. So I'm definitely down with not placing Apple doing that, and I have got no problems with it. Like I said, better late than never. Sanchez says Persona 3 comes out early February, also Hoults in Game Pass. Can't wait. I'm a big, huge Persona fan. I was saying at the end of the year, last year, that I was going to finish Persona 5 Royal before I actually played Persona 3. Sadly, that didn't happen. I got to 80 hours playing on the Steam Deck, finished the fourth palace, and I just didn't get round to it. I still probably got 60, 70 hours to finish the game. So I failed in actually trying to achieve Persona 3 Reloaded. But I actually will be trying to play it to do a comparison for I remember back in the day from Persona 3 to seeing the new remaster. So that is one game that I'm actually happy to play next week. But also in my mind, and I've played Persona 3 before, but I'm really interested to play Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. That's an anime aesthetic RPG. So I'm in two minds what to play. So this week it was Tekken 8 and Like a Dragon. I know it's two different genres, so I can easily just sort of yo-yo between them. But in a week's time, I won't be able to finish an RPG like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. So I think Persona 3 has to be put on the back burner for a little bit. I don't know. So you're just going to jump in straight away, are you, Sanchez, in Persona? See, with limited time, I'm really happy to see them all coming, and that's why I knew that 2024 was going to be an amazing year with games. But I feel like I've kept it cool for a few weeks in January, not really playing stuff. I found some hidden gems. You guys in chat have been great recommending me stuff. So I want to have a look at that. But yeah, my games now are flooding fast that I probably haven't got a clue what to do with it, should I say. So yeah, so there's no beef in chat about people with Apple. So I shall move on. I actually seen that Android is also bringing better fidelity to their services. I wouldn't say service, not their services, streaming services to the Android platform. So they're now actually supporting 1080 and 1440p on more mobile phones and Android devices. So that's good for all them people who actually want to walk around with their phones and have this amazing experience. To me, I know I did like playing on a mobile phone with cloud, but now because they're natively available on televisions now, I don't feel like I really want to walk around with my phone and actually play cloud games on my phone because I've got handhelds that could run cloud at an 8-inch screen, and I feel like having a solid unit with controllers will be better for playing gaming so I don't drain my battery. There's nothing wrong with playing games on your phone because there's some beautiful screens now, especially in the Samsung lineup and the iPhone lineup and stuff like that, and the Pixel and stuff like that. I just feel like now I just want to put my phone in my pocket and then walk around with my handhelds. That's going to be perfect. Sanchez, I want to finish Persona Tactica, but don't think I'll be able to finish it on time. So Sanchez, you're further than me on Persona 5. So you finished Persona 5 Royal. I guess you've went into Strikers, and now you're actually playing Tactica. To me, I thought that I'll actually be finishing it because Tactica was one of these games that I wanted to play on the Game Pass. And I just haven't got time to play it because I love the characters from Persona 5 Royal. I love all characters from Persona in general, you know what I mean? And yeah, I just never got round to it. And I will, because I can't. It's not. I can't get enough of Persona. My favorite character in Persona is Igor. No, the Velvet Room guy. Ha ha ha! Welcome to the Midnight Channel. Ha ha! Well, I am Igor. Stuff like that. He says stuff like that. I didn't even do a good impression of him, but the guy with the pointy nose, the guy who actually tells you about personas. He's my favorite character. Sanchez says, I've tried using phone to game, even bought the Kishi controller, but don't like it when I get a call. Yeah, that's totally different, isn't it? Uh, I think having the option at the start was amazing because I used to put like do not disturb and stuff like that. But now because it's branched out to other devices, I just feel like keep your phone as your phone. And like you just mentioned, then getting phone calls that disturb you will really frustrate me in my gaming space. And that's what I'm saying. At first, having grips that like the Kishi and stuff like that sort of was a nice little touch. But the handheld space has evolved now. That now we're getting like the G Clouds, or we're getting Steam Deck, or we're getting compatible Legion, stuff like that. We're getting more devices now that will feel more like it's for gaming than your phone. So, kudos to Apple for bringing the native apps out. But now I'm like, it's too late now. To me, unless I'll just play it on the television. But if Apple could sort of bring it into their Apple TV Plus subscription, where it just needs one application in it, and I can sort of manage other subscriptions through that one application, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. But I doubt they are. I doubt they are. So, so there's a lot of games that are coming out in the next 7 days. Well, glad to hear, Sanchez, that you're actually a Persona fan. So, yeah, that's that. I need to get round to Stargate Timekeepers. I'm a big, huge RTS fan, and I love Stargate. So seeing that on GeForce Now just makes me want to run and play it. So I might play that on my handheld because I don't really want to play RTS on a big screen. So I feel the G Cloud is going to be my go-to for Persona, Freeloaded, and Stargate Timekeepers. I think with Enshrouded, I will be playing on a television, and also I know people have been playing Pal World. I think I'll just play it on the Steam Deck. I think I'll wait to look. Actually, Pal World's on Game Pass as well, so maybe I'll play that on the G Cloud as well. Save a bit of money. That'll make perfect sense, and then I can sort of grind on them while also playing Tekken 8 and also Like a Dragon. Another thing that I actually seen, which was a remaster, and I know Persona 3 is sort of a remaster, but another game that was interesting to see was Until Dawn. I had seen a rumor that they're actually going to bring a PlayStation 5 PC remaster out. Now, this game was amazing back in the day in the PlayStation. I think it was 4, 3. It was an amazing little story, survival horror story, like a movie. And that's funny because the Sony is actually bringing an Until Dawn movie out as well. So to me, it's like, ooh, I'm going to be spoiled. So if the price is right and there's an upgrade, like $10, £10, I'll be definitely playing Until Dawn again. or I might actually just buy it all out on PC and just see the amazing fidelity of what PC can do with this PlayStation game. Because that's what I usually do when PlayStation games come out again. I definitely double dip so I can play them on the Steam Deck or PC, just so I can compare what the power of a PC can do compared to a console, and see what it's like to have raw power versus optimization. That's my mindset. Yeah, Sanchez Cowboy is playing it at the moment. I was going to play it on stream myself. I actually bought a Streamer X last week, and it's all set up, but I didn't actually connect the microphones. And there's a display behind me. I was going to play Tekken and Like a Dragon, but I just didn't connect the microphones to have a sort of a streamlined experience. I thought it was going to come out at 12 o'clock. So I thought I was going to be playing it before a lot of people in America and that. But then, of course, Bandai Namco actually said, you know what, let's just do a world release and let the Americans play it a lot earlier, which is unfair because every time I want a game, sometimes I have to wait on the rest of the world to come out first, and it makes my wait time to about 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, or sometimes 5 o'clock in the evening if you're Nintendo. So Bandai Namco just said, "Hey, it's dropped in Japan. Let's drop it in the world around the world at the same time, and everyone can play." So, because I was committed to this stream tonight, I actually thought to myself, better just to have a little chill stream talking about gaming, and then I'll play Tekken or Like a Dragon tonight at 12 o'clock. So, like I was mentioning, some of the news dropped, and it's only been little small pieces. Only been small pieces. It hasn't been like overwhelming on the news space, but there has been a lot of games that comes out. So I could play Tekken, but because my telly's behind me, that's where the PlayStation 5 is. I can still use the s- OBS to capture. I can actually play it on here on my display, but OBS has been very problematic with me the last week. I don't know what it is. Is sometimes the audio comes in at a delay, and I think that's because of other applications has been working. And sometimes the recordings went off, and I think that's because it's a free piece of software. But I was saying to Rock, and I was saying to people in the chat that I'll leave it for a Sunday night, so sort of have a talking night on Thursday and then a Sunday. Unless people in chat actually want to see gameplay on the Thursday as well, because I can definitely relax and speak to chat and play games at the same time. But I know Cowboy was doing the world premiere of Tekken 8. So I think he's sitting off with his wife and son. I messaged him before saying I'll have a few games with him tonight, and he said he said sound, but he's chilling with Sandy and his son playing Tekken because they're big, huge Tekken fans as well. So it's good to see people in chat that are Tekken fans of Tekken fans. I should have just connected it and see it that way. But I got the Streamer X by Rode, so it does a 4K. It says it's supposed to do a 4K 60 output, but it's actually displaying 120 hertz output. That's what my telly's capturing. It's detecting 120 hertz um, stream, which Rode said they only do 60, and it'll capture a 4K 30. So because I'm using Melon, well, it was Melon. This is Talk Studio. I don't know what the quality is going to be like if I capture the game. And because I've not plugged it in, it's there on the side there next to the wall. But because I use these headphones to manage sort of the MIDI inputs and the volume levels of the game and all that, because it's a standalone device, it's over there. So I would have to set a camera above my TV so I can actually people can see me or my live 2D character and then capture it, and then I'll just put myself in a corner like you see a lot of content creators do, be in the corner, or maybe use actually prefer to see a huge gameplay footage of just the game. But these streams are like what 1080, so I don't know if you're gonna get pixelation or you're gonna get some. So I don't know if it's got like you're gonna see some stuff, but I can test it when I've recorded The Last of Us and stuff like that. The footage looks absolutely amazing, but I don't know what it's going to look on OBS or this Talk Studio. So we shall see. I should definitely set it up for next week. Bit of Persona 3. Sanchez says, saw you on mainstream yesterday. He looks different. Do you know what, Sanchez? I actually seen you, once again on main, and do you know what? Main just cracks me up. He's always cracked me up. He loves playing like similar games to me, and it sounds like you know. And so it was good to see him return. But he was sitting off on a date night with his wife, and his wife is absolutely funny. I think their chemistry on stream just will make me want to tune in on date night to see what games they're playing, because last week they were playing Crash Bandicoot, and this week they were playing Mario. So it was just to see. It was good to see all of us in the same chats that we like. So main, rock, purple, and stuff like that. So it's good to see that we're all there. But that's what happens. Really different. I think people are just changing, growing, and that's what it is. But if anyone's got any content creators they can recommend with similar games, so it's like Yakuza Like a Dragon, Personas, I'll definitely down. I mean, my go-to for Personas is Legend 350. He's a big, huge Persona fan. With me, I hope I can be the one person where people goes, Hoults, he's into everything and a master of none. That's me, keeping it simple. I've got the games, I enjoy them, but I'm not technically gifted like certain people like Obi Rose Kenobi or Cowboy with wrestling, Rose with fighting games. I'm just there to push buttons and have a little laugh with the community. So, but like I said, Newsweek was a bit slow. Part of me wants to end the news segment now and actually see if I can actually load another stream up with Tekken or Like a Dragon. And I can show that in 4K 30. But you see, the problem is because I'm using Talk Studio on a different account, it's too late now to sign into another device like an iPad so I can see chat. And because the way it's set up, my monitors are in front of me and the streaming, and then my captures on the side and my TV's there, because I prefer the quality of OLED, 4K OLED. So I like to see that I'm playing at the best fidelity as possible I can, and I give you the option to have the best fidelity. So I should definitely do it, but I was going to leave that to Sundays. But if people want to sort of have more chat interaction, what news, why gaming, I can definitely multitask. I can definitely multitask. It was an idea that I was playing with, but I thought sometimes a few people might get fatigued watching games because they've been playing games all week. So I don't know. I don't know. Tonight it'll be a relaxing stream because Purple will be doing an interview. I know Kai the Kenichi, she'll be playing the Cub, and Cowboy will be playing Tekken, which I haven't got PlayStation Plus, but I said to Cowboy, it makes me want to just buy it again for a month. I will be buying it a month and then actually jump into the idea of playing with Cowboy because he's a big, huge Tekken fan. And once you get people that are centric in Tekken, then it's going to be great. Well, that's it, Sanchez. That is why I chose this time as a talk show, because Rousters usually driving home, Sanchez driving. Where I don't feel like people have got time to sit down and play computer games. So I wanted this time to sort of filter in between the content creators that we like beforehand and later on who play more games. And I'll just slide in a slot and before on Sunday to show games. It might be only about 2 days. since the launch, but at least I can get my mind around the games, the streaming and stuff like that. Put a little bit more joy into the game because I'm one of them content creators where when I'm focusing on my jaws, just I'm just looking like, you know, paying attention on the screen, not really talking. Sanchez says, "Is Tekken crossplay?" Yes, Tekken 8 is cross-platform. I actually wanted to buy it at Double Dip again on Steam because I thought to myself, maybe if I just buy it on Steam, then I don't have to pay for PlayStation Plus because, as you know, PC don't have online costs. So I thought to myself, by the time I play PS Plus, I might as well have the game again and then play it on my Steam Deck. And what's so good is with Tekken being crossplay, Mortal Kombat sort of following suit in February. So that'll be two fighters that will have cosplay. And I think that's amazing. I think more games should actually have crossplay because it gives us the options to speak with our friends, engage with our friends on the platforms that we love. But sometimes to me, it doesn't really bother me per se because I can still be on Discord speaking to people and playing the game that I like. It's only the online component that we sort of sadly lose out on. Sadly lose out on. So I have to make that decision. But Tekken 8 is already installed on the PlayStation 5. I think it was 80 gig. 80 gig it was on the PlayStation 5, which is quite huge for a fighting game. But I can imagine the cinematics are going to be crazy in Tekken, and that's where I come in. I'm the solo player, the single player solo player, and I'll get all my experience by playing offline mode. Then I'll practice, learn some skills, and then I'll be playing on online. So that's my mindset. Where I know, like people like Cowboy, they jump into straight on multiplayer matches because that is where their enjoyment is first. But me, I'm like, I need to know what's happening with the Iron Fist story, the Devil Gene, stuff like that. What you know in Tekken, the rivalry between characters. So I consume that, and then as the year progresses and more fighters come in, or the game gets padded, fighters get balanced. That's when I start going into the sort of the multiplayer experience, especially if I was actually chasing for trophies. That is what I like to do. So Sanchez, are you going to be picking up Tekken 8? And I think that's what it is. I think Bandai Namco are doing great. They've dropped Tekken today, and then they've dropped a Bandai Namco sale on Steam. So I feel like they're trying to say, hey, why you at it? Buy more games off me, which is great because I love Bandai Namco. Little Nightmares, uh, Tekken, Scarlet Nexus. Bandai Namco has been my favorite. They always sort of have the licenses, don't they, for anime? So Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that. So they're one of my favorite publishers and development teams. So I can definitely pull full faith in them. That's why I pre-order games from them. So I'm all set, preloaded, preset, and yeah. To me, I'm down with Tekken, and when Obi Rose opens his fight cantina, I'll be dropping in there to actually be playing some of them because these are great guys, great actually gamers to actually play with, and they're more eccentric in the story than me at times. So I feel like it's a good time to be bantering over a fighting game. But fighting games to me, why I want it on the Steam Deck is so I can sort of pick up and have a go, a little few matches, put it down, a little few matches, and then hours will solid go. Where when I play on the PC or a PlayStation, I have to have longer sessions because I feel like I have to get comfortable, then sit there and do that. But yeah, I am looking forward to playing it tonight. But given the choice, Sanchez, if someone said to you, "Do you want to play Tekken 8 or do you want to play Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth?" Which one would you pick? I'm in two minds which one to play. I think with Tekken, I can sort of relax and play and grind and still listen to my favorite content creators because that's what's so beautiful about fighting games and car games and stuff like that. you can still grind or, whatever the word is in fighting games. You can still learn and still enjoy, but by not really paying attention on the story, and you still focus to the content creators you really like. And that's what I like. I can still talk, engage, play, text at the same time. So Cloudbusters said, ordered the G Cloud. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, Cloudbusters. That's interesting. So you got the G Cloud. Did you get any subscriptions free with it? Why? I think that there's probably still some gifts. You probably get some GFN and xCloud. And what's so good about it now, Cloudbusters, is you can do a HDMI USB to HDMI pass through. So what that means is, yeah, you plug a USB-C in to your HDMI on any display, and it'll play. It will play the image, and then you got a second screen. You got like a dual screen so you can still use the controller handheld while it's in HDMI mode, and I feel that's amazing. So by you having, say, you have Game Pass and GFN, just plug it up to your monitor, and then there you go. Your monitor becomes smart because the device has made it smart. So then you can sort of get that upscaling effect or better output. So it's interesting to see that you got the G Cloud. I like my G Cloud. I've just put my. I have to show you a picture. I've mounted my G Cloud above my Nintendo Switch. That's mounted, and then my Steam Deck comes out over the Nintendo Switch. It's not blocking the USB or the slot, so it just looks more tidy. So all my handhelds are sort of in arm's reach. So if I wanted Steam, I have my local installs. Then I've got my Nintendo Switch for my Nintendo games, and then the G Cloud does all my sort of cloud experiences. So if I wanted to play Game Pass, Persona 3 next week, that'll be my go-to device. Yeah, there you go, Sanchez. So I'll be playing Yakuza. You've made a decision for me. So Clabus says, I just ordered. I just ordered it. So are you going to be Clabus? Are you going to be playing more GFN on it then? Do you know what? That is perfect. We all know we do it. We all know we do it. Cloudbuster's perfect. So when you relax and getting the hour there, 20 minutes to an hour in, that's it. And what's so good about the G Cloud is because you got YouTube playables, you can sort of use the screen as well to do YouTube games. So it makes it really a nice little device, and it's so light. It's so light, got so much battery that I feel it's a nice little device just to carry around your house, move around from room to room, and play it. Yeah, that's exactly. I totally agree with you. Cloudbusters, just having it on GFN, pick some games up and go and add them, and it all adds up that week. It's a little perfect device. I think handheld has really helped me get a little bit more hours in. So, but I was going to say, GFN just got enshrouded in Stargate timekeepers. So maybe I might actually play that on my handheld and see how that goes. Even though I just said I'm going to play it on the television, maybe I'll just check it out quick to see what it's like. Because I really do like GeForce now, the Ultimate tier. I just wish that there was more my games that come to the platform. So like this week, if they said they were going to bring out like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Tekken 8 to the service, I'll be definitely more playing GFN. But sadly, Bandai Namco games don't really come to it. So sadly, it really upsets me. And that is why I like Stadia, because Stadia had like FIFA, so that what now it's called EAFC. It had Bandai Namco games like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, Naruto, and that is why I wanted. So GFN needs to start working with partnerships to actually get these games that I really like back on the service. Oh, there you go. So we've got Cloudbusters saying you want to play Enshrouded. I never heard of it because it's an early access game. I think it just went over my head, but thanks to Caseball and also Rouster mentioned it, that they're going to play Enshrouded. And yeah, it got reviewed really well on IGN. 8, 9 on Steam as well. So people are actually talking about it. No competitive. Yeah, I'm getting bored of being competitive in gaming, and I'm getting bored of getting punished. So I don't mind playing games that I can sort of relax more and just be. I don't mind getting addicted to it as long as it's going somewhere. I can't play a game where I just go into the wilderness and be left alone. I have to have a narrative story that's progressing forward. I really enjoy. But yeah, you said you play, but I admit you're playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I haven't played the Modern Warfare in years. I bought Modern Warfare 2 because I really like the characters of Modern Warfare 2. I love Ghost, Soap, Price, Ghost. I'll just love them characters. That's why I bought it. And I said I would get round to Modern Warfare 3. But yes, when you're saying it was on GFN, that was a big, huge win for GFN to get Call of Duty. So maybe I will actually play on the 4080 and see what it is. But to me, I'm more the guy that wants, I just mentioned my RPG games on GFN, or I was really happy to see more Xbox games. So we're talking about Forza, but Forza ran like crap on it. Don't know why. So I'm just waiting for Forza Motorsport to actually get a little bit better, and then I'll play it on GFN. Yeah, I think that's going to be amazing. Waiting for the update, G Sync. I think this is going to help a lot of gamers with their displays. It's going to be amazing. Well, I said Case, but I've never heard it before. I don't know how it stepped over my mind, but not every people in chat saying, "Oh, Enshrouded this week, Enshrouded this week," and it was only last week I actually heard of it. So I'm glad to hear that you're down for it and you'll be playing it. And yeah, you mentioned about Pal World, 8 million on Steam. That's a big win for them developers, as we were saying at the start of the stream. To me, I love Pokemon games. I love shooting games. Mixing together, I'm not really sure because it was early access. So I was waiting for you guys in chat to give it a little bit of feedback, give it a recommendation before I actually play it. I know it's only £20, $20. It's cheap and it's cheap, and hopefully it'll come to GFN because it'll be a perfect little device to play on the G Cloud or a little handheld for you GFN. I think that'd be amazing to play. But yeah, I thought I'll wait until the game pads out a little bit because I'm no one's guinea pig. I don't like playing games and there's errors and bugs that break a game. So I want the developers to be made accountable for their games. So you have trust now, and you just made 8 million sales. Then you definitely should put it back into the game. I was actually reading an article about it today that Nintendo has brought like an official statement saying they see some similarities between Palworld, right, to Pokemon in certain designs. They're not saying that they took assets and stuff like that. It's just that you can say there's some similarities. So I hope they haven't done no plagiarism. I hope it's just a little tongue in cheek. Here's the character, and that's it. So that sadly, you need 10 series GPU or G Sync. Got one like so. I'm ready. 10 series. We're talking about the GTX 10. Yeah, it is. It is. And that you're all right. It actually is on Game Pass, and that is why I should actually definitely play it on my G Cloud because I haven't even checked if it's cloud compatible. I'll definitely have a little look at later on and see if it is, because if it's free, I won't complain about early access. But I think Xbox calls it a preview, don't they? They call it a preview. Steam call it early access. Sanchez says, I am not good at competitive fighting games. I'm better at PvP shooters. I can't play them these days. I can't play shooters these days because I used to love playing Resistance, Fall of Man, Call of Duty, Killzone, Halo, and I think because the gamers were roughly my age, a little bit older, it was a nice environment to be at that time, to be a first person shooter. But now, since young kids now are playing Call of Duty, it just hurts my ears. It doesn't make competitive gaming fun because all you hear is "yo crap, get off my team," blah blah blah, and just some verbal abuse. Some of it racist, sexist, what? And to me, it's like that shouldn't be in gaming. So that is why I avoid being going on to competitive games unless I know who the group of friends are. So it's you guys in chat. I don't mind. I can sit there and talk all day and engage because it's all a bit of fun. But yeah, I definitely I couldn't have that drilled down my ears just over the game. But with age getting older and older, I realised that I'm not as adaptive to games as I used to be. So there's certain features that I would need to sort of help me play a game, and sadly, that's not in online play. So what the role I usually play in a shooter now, I usually play medic or a support role because I'm not very good at kill death ratios these days. So I'll be the guy that gives you your perks, your buffs, your medics. I'm not happy to be that support guy. So Cloudbus says, you know what's weird though? Games are coming on Game Pass. It kind of puts me off playing them. Hmm. No, it's a nice approach because I've actually seen people that believe it devalues the game coming onto subscription. But I feel like it's a good little thing having options available for people because a lot of people in chat can buy all their games. We can buy our games when we want, when we want, at what price we can hold off. But a lot of people, they can only afford a handful of games per year, one or two, or especially kids or a family member. They haven't got time to fully invest into gaming, so that's what subscription's good. So the more they get access to the games, and the more sort of Microsoft is building a user base in this services subscription, I'm down for it. I have no problem with subscriptions. Sometimes my mind space is I have to justify the price of it. So to me, for example, say it was only just Persona 3. I have to start factoring how long it's going to take me to finish it, say over 100 hours, and then how long I'm going to play it and how long. So if I play the subscription for 5, 6 months, I might as well just go out and buy the game if that was the only game available. Yeah. So you said the GTX 1080. Yeah, it's when you said the 10 series, I was like, okay, yeah. I remember it used to be called GTX, just now the RTX, aren't they? I was just remembering what it was. Sanchez says Nintendo shut down the Pokemon mod on Palworld, but not the game. Yeah, you could, but you understand why? No one messes with Nintendo. When Nintendo see that someone's emulating or they're doing something against their IPs, they come out in full force with them lawyers. So I can definitely see why. I wonder if um, Nintendo going to take cues from this Pal World and say, do you know what? We're going to encourage this in a mode like a Pokemon game. Like, is Game Freak going to create something similar like this, or they're going to keep like the cute aesthetic of a Pokemon? So Cloudbus says, I was like that, Hoults, but honestly, I love Modern Warfare 3. Turn off chat. Yeah, that's perfect. So you've turned off chat now. Yeah, I feel like unless you get a good set of friends where you can all laugh and joke over Discord or through the main chat, I don't want to hear anyone online these days. It just devalues what I enjoy in gaming. Sanchez, I am opposite. I play games to go on sale and wait for reviews. I play Game Pass and wait for games. And that's great. That's the approach that I would like to have, and that is why if I find out that Infinite Wealth is on Game Pass, I am going to shake my rattle because I paid full price for it on PlayStation 5. I know I love Yakuza. I am definitely down for supporting developers, but if I could save £70 dollars and just play it on Game Pass and grind because there's RPG elements on my handheld, my G Cloud, I would prefer that, and that is why I've not heard about it, but I will be upset. So, I'll definitely check that out. You're making me think. So Streamlabs just yeah, Streamlabs are dropping the messages here. So Cloudburst goes, yeah, meh, yeah. I was saying this last week, Cloudbuster. Whoever's going to work with Nintendo is going to be definitely going to be winning in the future generation. Because who wouldn't want to bring all your AAA games, subscriptions, service models to a Nintendo handheld? I think that is just going to be amazing, and I can't wait for the Nintendo Direct to fall and just tell us when the launch window of the Switch 2 is coming out. I think that is one thing that I'm really happy for this year. So did you see the sales chart for Pal World? Most of the purchases are from China. Okay. No, all I've seen, Sanchez, is I actually seen that it was 8 million sales on Steam. So in China, what you think? Do you think they're doing that to have a competitive market against Game Freak and Nintendo? Or do you think maybe them games are not available in China? So they're like, hey, if I can't get the Pokemon game in China, I might as well play Pal World. Well, what I'll do is I'll have a little look at that news outlet and actually see what it means. Because that'd be a bit dodgy if there was some kind of conspiracies behind the sales. I hope not, because I want the developers and the users to enjoy this game, and that is why I was worried because it was early access. Because what happens to the developers now? Go, okay, that's how much love we're putting in. Bye, see ya, and they walk away with the money, and you're stuck with a unfinished game. I mean, for the price and on Game Pass, it's good enough, but to me, I want a full fledged game. I really do. Um, Cloudbus said excited for Switch 2, but they need to open the system up to all parties, like Apple has just done. What I would love to see, I think Nintendo can sit back because they've got their market, and people didn't like the Wii U ports of games because the fidelity wasn't in comparison to it wasn't as great as the PlayStation or the Xbox. So they ran at 720 HD and people ran with the narrative of 800, 900p. And it wasn't full HD, it was just a resolution. But that was enough to get gamers to attack the Wii U. But now, thanks to handhelds now, like the Steam Deck, the Legion, the Claw, the Ally, I think it's good enough to say, listen here, handheld gaming is going to be 1080 to 1440p with the ability of upscaling and features from the chipsets. So I think Nintendo, if they just come out and say, okay, our games now, like Call of Duty or whatever they bring to the, is at this, I think they're definitely going to be good for them. And I don't think gamers now are going to say, "Huh, Nintendo's crap because you're playing it at 1440p." People are going to say, "So, 1440p with features, 1440p on a great handheld." That's if it is going to be a handheld. I hope it's a portable handheld. I hope it's a Switch too. Because all I want is Nintendo to come out and say, okay, we've got Wi-Fi 7, the battery's going to be 6 hours. We're going to have 64 gig, but once again, you can fit 2 terabytes in. The dock will allow you to have USB connectors to SSDs, HDDs, and we're working with our partnerships, GeForce Now and xCloud. That's all I ever want. And then poof, take my money. I think that's what they're going to do. They have to. I don't think they can go another generation just having this idea. I mean, Switch sold well, but you need to move away from that idea. It's a kiddish toy. You need to have all the latest services and subscriptions on it, and you definitely need to bring them big, huge hitter games. And Nintendo have actually got the influence. And yeah, who knows? People would rather work with Nintendo than Nintendo wants to work with them. That's all I'm saying. To me, I would love Nintendo to just to bring what's it called? A PC client. I would love them just to bring their Nintendo Switch Online client on their PC, on their client, and then just say, if you buy the games through us, you can also play them on PC. Yeah, that's it. That is Cloudbuster. It sounds good on paper, doesn't it? And we're getting our hopes up, but Nintendo will drop the ball in some aspects. I mean, look at their storefront, for example. Their storefront, their digital storefront is horrendous. I don't know how they got away with that for so long, just having that. But I feel like the Nintendo Online is getting better and better, especially with all the backwards compatible games from the NES, SNES, N64, GameCube. They're definitely padding it out. They're definitely making the subscriptions available. And I love being a family member of the Nintendo Switch Online, is because I'm getting expansion passes to like Animal Crossing, Mario Kart. I just need them to keep on expanding again. I want them to put like Splatoon 3 expansion on there just so I can justify me money going forward. But why I actually love the Nintendo Switch subscription is because I can get that game vouchers, so I can get 2 games, £84. I think it's $100 in the States. So I feel like it's saving me money with all these games, especially when it comes to like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, which is what's full retail price. So I feel like Nintendo, if you want to get my money going forward, I love all your IPs, but you definitely need to bring something that's more relatable in the cloud service. I mean, I played Kingdom Hearts on the Nintendo Switch Cloud, and it worked. There was a few micro stutters, but nothing that really put me off. So I feel like they've tested the water with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Kingdom Hearts, Resident Evils, and stuff like that. So I feel like Nintendo, please, please, please bring a cloud solution to your handheld. That's all you need. That's all you need for me. And I wouldn't mind if the handheld having it docked and just playing it on the telly. No, Nintendo isn't on the cloud, and that's the shame. Imagine someone working with Nintendo and bringing their games. Imagine like Xbox One, for example. We're gonna have a tier to bring our games to Nintendo Switch, but then Nintendo bring games to the Game Pass as a rental or the subscription model, and then you'll be able to play Mario Kart through a purchase or through a subscription through Game Pass for a limited time. I think that'd be amazing. I think these systems need to open up a little bit more to be more friendly. But like I said, that it comes with money. They're not going to do it from the goodness of the heart, like Cloudbuster said. They're not going to do it for us, the consumer. It's all going to be a money deal, and why not? I would love Microsoft or GFN to work with Nintendo and sort of just let Sony do their own thing and say, Sony, we're not playing with you. Bye bye. You do your own thing. We're working in conjunction to bring our games to Xbox or bringing Xbox to Japan through their subscription, saying and test the water. Lean on each other by saying, Microsoft's huge. We'll use your infrastructure, your architecture of the, and in the end, you use our brand name and our IPs, and let's just conquer the world together, should I say, of gaming. and flood the market. That's what I think. That's what I think. Because I want to get Nintendo. To me, has never been a child device. I say it's a family friendly device, but I wouldn't say it was childish, especially the games that I play or I've played growing up. And I want them to move away from that idea. It's only a plastic toy. It's only a handheld. It's only cloud. I hate all that messaging. So I want the idea just to say, let's show what we can do. Let's show what we can do. And that is why I want it ASAP. I want the idea to sort of say, direct in March, September release, and then what we can do in pre-orders fall in July, roughly when EA was there, and then we'll see partnerships like Ubisoft, Capcom, Bandai Namco all announce the game for the service. Not the service, the Switch 2. And I think that'll just get us all excited. Then we'll all run out, buy a Switch 2 in September, and then they'll bring more sort of hardware out for Christmas. And I think that'll just boost Nintendo's profitability, bring more IPs to the masses, and yeah, hopefully in conjunction, and then ready for the cloud. And then I think Nintendo will bring the cloud to Japan. I think that'll be perfect. I'm pretty sure that we can talk about it. I'm pretty sure the bigwigs in these companies have thought about the cost and what is needed to bring the future of Nintendo, should I say. And I'm gonna keep my Nintendo Switch. I usually get rid of my devices, but I'm not trusting Nintendo to give me what I've bought. I knew years ago they said they were going to bring what I bought on the Switch to the Switch 2, keep it in their, infrastructure of, not infrastructure, ecosystem. Keep these games in the ecosystem. I'm not believing they're going to do it on day one. So I feel like my Switch is still relevant now with all the library I've got. And then hopefully they will sort of merge my purchases into sort of Nintendo Switch Online. And if they can offer remasters for maybe $10, £10, or offer these games to go to cloud, then I'm down. But I feel I'm getting a bit tired waiting, because Nintendo and Sony and all that have said soon your game purchases will be on the cloud. So I'm getting very fed up of waiting, because I would love to sit there and play like Infinite Wealth on the cloud. I would love to sit there and play Tekken 8 on the cloud. So that is that. And that's all the sort of news. It was very, say it was a good week for gaming. A good week for gaming, because the games that we mentioned in Shrouded, Stargate, Timekeepers, Pal World, Tekken 8, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I'm not missing anything else. It's been a good, good time for gamers, hard time on our wallets. But news-wise, there's not really been exciting, really, on like the cloud space, handheld space. That all seems to be announced previous weeks. But I'll be here next week, and maybe I'll try and change the format up. I'll get the Sanchez said that he would like to see me play some Tekken 8. So maybe I'll sort of configure the sort of stream setup and see what it's like on this Talk Studio and get some feedback. Maybe I'll do it on a Sunday just to sort of pad the weekend out. But it'll be sort of just saying hi, testing it, getting it all run up, and then sort of getting a little bit of feedback on what you guys think of the stream quality. Because if it works, if I can sort of just click on this camera support and then just put like have OBS virtual camera, and then have OBS capture the game footage, I'm down for that if it's more simple. I can record, then I can sort of splice it and do edits and do shorts. It's very easy to do. I just don't want to be the one of them creators that you sit there and we're talking and the stream just goes error issues. But if people in chat will just say, yeah, you're down for some gameplay, or you've watched this back on demand, catch up, whatever you call it, then by all means, leave a comment and I'll definitely start playing games on stream with you. Showing the games that I've got, doesn't matter if it's on a subscription or a paid day one. So the chat's went quiet because I think we're all running out playing Tekken 8 or Like a Dragon. So I feel that's enough for me. Usually I go another 30 minutes, but I'm really excited to actually see what Tekken 8 is like. So I'm gonna say good night for now, gamers, and yeah, let's all consume what we've got this week because next week's not going to be easier with Grand Blue, Fancy Relink, Persona 3. Yeah, there's a few games coming out. I need to get all these out the way before Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out at the end of February. So I'll be like yous. I'll be putting the time in, the grind in. Gaming is a hard hobby to have, but I'll be definitely uh, putting the time in, enjoying myself. And I hope you enjoy my feedback. And I'll be definitely looking forward to your feedback. And I'll be definitely looking forward to seeing you guys in other content creators chat tonight or throughout the week. So yeah, definitely drop us a like. And you should all subscribe. If you're not, then definitely subscribe to the Rock Show, an amazing content creator. And if you got time, you agree or disagree, or you just want to put a message in the comment section, I'll definitely get back to you within a day or two, and we can carry this conversation. So it's getting late, and my voice is getting a bit dry, so I'm just going to call it early. And yeah, see you next time on Life's a Game.